I want to talk to you about the best testing for your adrenals. There are a lot of lab tests out there, and it's, as a consumer, really hard to decipher what is best. And I'm going to share with you our recommendation and what we do in our practice, because we are obsessed with, one, knowing your adrenals, which your adrenals is the little house in your body, it sits right on top of the kidney, and it makes your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And this is often found to be off because we are a very stressful society. We have external stressors, internal stressors of different imbalances in the body. And we just love checking in on this because it can show so much of what could be going on with your body and how you feel, and could be the missing part of your health. So what we do in our practice is we do something called the Dutch, the dried urine hormone testing. And we absolutely love this test because it shows so much more than what a blood or even a saliva test could do. Now, blood is not the best test for cortisol. It can definitely find certain chronic issues that are seen by allopathic medicine, such as Addison's disease, but it can't show the low-key imbalances. And that's where we come in and what we love to see. We want to see what's going on. You're not full-blown have a disease, but what's going on and how can we give you diet and lifestyle recommendations to improve that? Because hint, yes, you can, and there's so much power in your lifestyle. Blood test, not the best, because it takes that one snapshot in time, usually fasting, usually morning. But the thing is that your adrenals have a pattern. It should spike in the morning and then slowly come down until it's pretty much nothing right before bed, so you can feel relaxed and can get really good sleep. The downfall of that is you only see one piece of the puzzle. What if you're spiking your cortisol at night, but you're okay in the morning? Or what if you're really low in the morning, but the rest of the day you're fine? But what about how much is your adrenals actually outputting? This is where the dried urine test comes in clutch, looking at all the things. Saliva is the next test that you might be familiar with, and this does test for the 4 different times of the day of your cortisol. So looking at overnight or right in the morning, mid-morning, afternoon, and evening. So this does show you that nice diurnal pattern, which is awesome. So it is a step up from blood, but this is only showing free cortisol, you guys. Free cortisol is only 1 to 5% of cortisol made in the adrenals. Yes, it's an amazing and important part of understanding your adrenals, and it can give you insight on making sense of, oh, this is why I'm tired in the afternoon. I'm super low in cortisol. But in my opinion, it's still missing a huge factor of how much your adrenals are actually making. So I want you to come over here and look at a part of the adrenal panel on the Dutch. As you can see, this is all done via urine, which is great because you don't have to spit and you don't have to get blood taken. But as you can see here, I want you to look on the right side and I want you to look at the marker that says metabolized cortisol. What this marker means is that this is the total cortisol production. This is the complete full output. So this is going to tell your practitioner, this is how much your adrenals are making. So if it is low, you do know that your adrenals are just not functioning optimally, and it could be I know that you might have heard of adrenal fatigue. That's technically not a medical term, but basically what that is called and what you can find in the research is called HPA dysfunction. So hypothalamus pituitary adrenal dysfunction. And so that communication between the brain and the adrenals are a little wacky and they're not listening very well. This can be from long-term chronic stress. So going back to the Dutch panel, this marker is vital because this is not tested in saliva. So go on down. You see that little chart that says daily free cortisol pattern? This is what's tested in saliva. This is what you're getting, which is great, right? And this is a sample. This isn't a patient. And as you can see, obviously they are fully low across the board, but they need to have such a higher peak in the morning. Anyways, this is a really important part, but you can't say, because this can be low. So let's take this example, right? You're low in your daily free cortisol, but let's look at what the sample is saying. It's saying you're producing enough cortisol though. Weird, right? You would think that if it's truly an adrenal production problem, then you would have low metabolized cortisol. It would be your total cortisol output is low, but it's not. So these are some things that can help fill in the gaps and bring more information about your body. So in this case, this can link up to cortisol metabolism. So from the metabolized cortisol, you're making enough, but you have low free cortisol. So what can that show? Maybe that shows that your cortisol metabolism is increased. Maybe there's a thyroid issue that's affecting that. Maybe there's obesity or insulin problem affecting that. So what's speeding up your body getting rid of cortisol really quickly? Because you're making enough. The goal isn't just to support and make sure your adrenals are pumping out more and more. If anything, it's high normal as we see here in the example, but you are feeling low free cortisol. So you are feeling those low cortisol symptoms. This is why I love the Dutch and the dried urine, because I'm able to see the full picture and we can give you lifestyle, diet recommendations, even supplement recommendations that can further help your body bring this back into balance like it should. I hope that wasn't too much for you. I know learning this stuff can be really over your head if you have no science background, but our team of dietitians know the Dutch, love the Dutch, and we are so passionate about making sure that you have all the information you need to support your body optimally. Go in the link in the description, and we would love to talk with you, booking a free 15-minute phone call with me, myself, so we can talk more about your goals, what you need done, what you're feeling, and we can guide you in the right direction.